What important life principles or principles to live by? One of them is definitely have no fear. Is that even possible? Is it possible to live a life without fear? It is. It is. It might seem unlikely, it might seem impossible, it might seem, oh my God, I mean, how can that be? But I would put that down as one of the major life principles, or principles to live by if we want to have the best experience of life possible. Now let's spend a minute to think about fear. Is there anything in this life that's not connected with fear? Is it? Let's start with simple things. Let's say you fall in love with somebody, then you feel that they don't fall in love with you. Then when it maybe works out and you're lucky enough, then you feel that they're going to stop loving you, that they're going to find somebody else, they're going to realize that you're no good, and so on and so on. Fear is always there. Job, if it's a good job, you feel that you're going to lose the job. If it's a bad job, you feel that if you leave this job because it's a bad job, you're not going to get anything better, and so on and so on. Fear. So many fears that you can't even explain. Fear of heights, fear of spiders, fear of darkness, and so on and so on. Fear. And the biggie, the big one, fear of death, of course. I mean, we can never go past then, is it? People are so afraid of death that they don't even want to think about it. They don't even want to mention it. You know what I mean? Like, just sort of stay away from it. They don't even want to talk about it, mention the word. We know how it is anyway. Let's not go into it. So what is the main reason for all this fear? How can one of the main life principles or principles to live by be no fear? Why all this fear? Because there is so much ignorance, because we do not know. Because there is so many things in this life we do not know. What's going to happen in the next half an hour? What's going to happen next day? What's going to happen to us? What's going to happen to the person we love? What's going to happen to the job we have? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? We have no idea. We know we are dying. We're going to die. We know we're dying. Every moment from the birth on, we are just on the way to our death. We're just dying by the moment, by the second. But what happens after we die? We don't know that either. We don't know. We might think this or that. We're told this or that, but we don't know. So much fear, so much ignorance, so much of not knowing, which is the basis of all fear we have. Just think about this. If we knew, if we were certain about our life, or what's happening, about how it's all going, about what happens after death, what happens before birth, and so on and so on. If we knew all that, there would be no fear. There'd be no reason for fear. And then just think about this. All the decisions that you're supposedly making in this life, oh my God, so much fear. Every decision is connected with fear. What if I make a bad decision? And the fear, and then you're going to live with the decision, and then the fear that you will not be able to set it right. You will just have to live with it forever, and so on and so on. And oh, gee, fear and fear and fear. People are sometimes so much in fear that have panic attacks out of fear, with so much fear. And then say, oh, I don't want to think about it all, and then, they try and, knock themselves out, as we all know how that goes. So really, if we want to follow the principle of have no fear, the life principle of have no fear, we just need to acquire knowledge about all these things that we're ignorant about. And it is possible. I know you're saying, oh, but how can you know? Yes, you can know. You can know. You can know because it is possible to experience it. Because the decisions that you're making, what is really is just an experience of making a decision. In reality, you're not making any decisions. All decisions are already made. All the script has already been written. You're just reading it out, reacting it out. But because of the ignorance, you think that you're making all these decisions. You think that, oh, I have no idea what's going to happen in the next half an hour. But actually, it's already known. Is there a death? Do you die? No, you don't die because you're soul, you're not a body. What dies or what stops functioning is the body, with the physical things, but not the soul. So as a soul, you do not die, and you are a soul, so you do not die. There is no death and there is no birth, so there is one more fear written off. And so on. I can't tell you how much your life changes once you start getting rid of all the layers of ignorance that you have, that you're burdened with. Once you start going within, as I always say, this is my favorite gesture, go within, go within, go within, and start experience all the different levels of realities, all the different levels of consciousness. You expand your awareness to everything that you can possibly be conscious of, and you know so much that you will never ever ever again be afraid. No fear. Have no fear is the life principle, or principle to live by, which is very accessible to everybody. I'll leave you with this for today. Take care. Bye bye.